Nice.
Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that one in the back.
Yeah.
Like, so happy.
Pita in New York, I find that a lot of it is just like pre-produced. You know, nothing is straight out of the oven. Nothing's full of steam when you get it, you know. A lot of it is like, sometimes it's good quality pita, and it's usually, you know, stuffed sandwich style or, you know, to the flatbread style. But nothing was actually like, okay, this is gonna be served with food in a sit-down restaurant, full of steam when it hits your table. So that was the concept there. That's really important to me. I was raised on like really crappy pita bread, so I just wanted to make something that's awesome, you know. All right, why does pita have to be a throwaway or a giveaway? You know, it should be something special. Yeah, it should be celebrated, not just like, here, this is what it is. Yeah, concept, pretty cool. It's Mediterranean, we call it, but it's really, you know, my heritage is Armenian, Sicilian, so it's a mix of those two cultures for the most part. So it's a lot of Italian, say, style food with Middle Eastern spices worked into it. Working with my wife is definitely enjoyable. We actually like each other, which is a huge part of working with your spouse. Hey, James Ahearn, chef owner of Pomp Circumstance, serving Mediterranean cuisine in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. All right, so we are in the basement of Pomp Circumstance with our dough mixer. We're about to start a batch of rye pita, which will probably take us about halfway through the week. We make two types of pita, so we do the seeded semolina and we do the rye. We have our starter here. This is 8 years old. It's 166% hydrated, just because so it doesn't grow, so you don't need a lot of space to store it. I want it easy to feed, super sour. We love it. That's the backbone. A mixture of seeds. So it's dill seed and caraway seed. Then we have our flours, 00 Italian flour, and this is a medium rye. We use a medium rye. I just like the medium rye because it's not too dark in color. It's a nice grain, which actually gives like a really stickiness to the bread. It's really soft once it's baked. My favorite part of the day is actually my pita time in the morning. It's a solid hour and a half a day of just pita. You know, I walk in, it's pita time. You know, I'm rolling all dough, portioning everything, you know, feeding starters and whatnot. And then it's like start my day. All right, so this is a good spot where we're at right now. See, it looks like one bowl of dough and it's coming off the walls. That is perfect, right there. Awesome. By the time we take it out, it's gonna look like cotton candy. It's a little bit higher of hydration than you would traditionally get with pita. It's usually about 55 to 60. We go up to 73 just because I like that crumb a little bit more open. I like the moisture, the kind of like tackiness within the crumb. All right, so we're back. We're at hour 4. We're mixing once every hour. See how shiny? That's strong dough now. That's it. Boom. Done.
Doesn't need more than that.
No, that's all. Yeah, there's no fat in here whatsoever, but it is shiny already. When I was younger, my parents owned businesses, so I spent a lot of time with my grandmother, who was Armenian and raised in Egypt, and then got married to, like, my grandfather, who was Sicilian. So I spent a lot of time in her kitchen. It was like, you know, you were grandma. You know, grandma was cooking because she cooked all day long. So you see my scores here. So I'm just following them and cutting down. You see that it already has some structure. There's already some air. When we work with dough, you have to be really confident. Pretty much smells fear.
Smells fear.
Dough smells fear. We were rolling grape leaves together all the time. You know, we stunk as kids because we were like putting them in our pockets and stuff like that. So we were definitely the stinky kids in the neighborhood. Yeah, Armenian food, for people that don't know it, it's really similar to, say, Greek or Turkish. Spice palette is really prevalent. Naturally, it makes sense to mix the two cultures just because it's just the style I've come up with and practiced anyway. So, like, okay, it's just, I don't consider it a style of cuisine. It's just like my style of cuisine. But yeah, you could definitely tell it's a mom and pop shop. You know, I'm back at the house, my wife's front of the house.
We've both been in this business for a long time separately, and it's something that is more like a dream come true to do it together, and really appreciate every day. We get to spend every day together. That's why it works for us.
We do everything proper, but you could tell it's still like, okay, our personalities are here. We opened June 2019. Not a lot of people make pita scratch to order because it's really difficult to do. It's another whole layer of labor in the kitchen, first off, but I actually take on that labor. Like regular pita bread is it just balloons, right? Ours you want it kind of like this, so it attaches more on the side, so you actually have like more of a chew on the side, and then the inside would be hollow. It was probably like 6 months R&D just to find the right hydration, right temperature, right size of it, right everything. The fun part about that was actually coming up with something that you ate, and I was like, okay, this is good enough. Like, this is great. Like, this is delicious. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna be doing. I'm psyched about it. Like, I can't wait to open this restaurant now. Bread is my favorite thing to eat.
Is
Like,
it really?
yeah, completely. I'm like a carboholic for the most part. So yeah, we poke it. All the steam comes out. So I'm baking the pita, actually cooking other food at the same time and garnishing dishes and running cold kitchen off my station here. So it's kind of like an octopus that's at times. Anybody that does something they love, you become kind of a slave to it, but you like it. Let's turn about there, check the bottom. Bottom looks beautiful. Yeah, tables go through a lot of pita. Average is 1 pita per person. So you see what I was saying? Like, it's attached on the outside. So it almost goes top to bottom where it's actually still attached.
Yeah.
You know, that's to do with the hydration. And then you'll have these guys sticking out. It's just air pockets, so it's delicious. You know, we've had customers say that this is like the best pita they've had outside of like Israel, which is really, that's a huge compliment. Yeah, we actually do a gyro sandwich. The bread wraps around the whole thing. It's not just folded. You know, we own a restaurant in New York City, and we're doing it, you know. It's not just, hey, we tried, and it didn't work. It actually was working, you know.
That's it for this episode of Food Curated. I'm Liza DeGia. Be sure to connect with us on social media and eat more stories. I'll see you at the bakeries.